with me. That was an awesome song. Okay, so today's story is Stone Soup. It's a folktale about the magic and power of coming together and sharing. Once upon a time, there was a wise old man who decided to journey to a neighboring village. So he packed a small bag, said goodbye to his wife, and set off. He traveled all day without meeting anyone to a very small village and said to himself, I think I'll stop here for tonight. Now, when he got to the center of the village, he met a group of people. So he introduced himself and said, I'm a simple traveler, looking for a safe place to sleep and a hot meal. We'd be glad to offer you a place to sleep, said the villagers, but we have very little food. Our crops have been poor this year, and they're not doing so well. Unfortunately, most of the villagers don't have a whole lot of food and are just barely getting by. I'm sorry to hear that, said the old man, but you needn't worry about feeding me. I already have everything I need. In fact, I was thinking of making some stone soup to share with everyone. Stone soup? What's that? Said the villagers. We've never heard of that kind of soup. Oh, it's wonderful, said the old man. Best soup you've ever tasted. If you bring me a pot and some water, I'll make some for all of us. And so the villagers rushed back to their homes. When they returned, they were carrying a large soup pot. Someone had brought wood, and another person had brought water. When the fire was going and the water had begun to boil, the old man took out a small silk pouch. With great ceremony, he reached in and pulled out a smooth, round stone. He carefully placed the stone in the water. The villagers watched eagerly. The old man began to slowly stir the pot, smelling the soup. I do like a tasty stone soup, he said. Of course, stone soup with cabbage, now that is really special. I might have a bit of cabbage, said one villager, and off she went to her house, returning with some cabbage she had stored away in her pantry. Oh, wonderful, the old man said. That'll be just the thing. Now, this reminds me of the time I had stone soup with cabbage and a bit of salted beef. After a moment, the village butcher spoke up. I know where there's a bit of salted beef, and off he went to his store, where he got some salted beef. When he returned, the old man added the beef to the soup pot and continued to stir. Oh, now that'll be just the thing. But can you imagine what this soup would taste like if we had a bit of onion and perhaps a few potatoes, a carrot or two, some corn, some peas? Oh, that would be a meal fit for royalty. And so the villagers went forth to their homes and dug through their pantries and under the bed and in their basements. And they found carrots, corn, peas, a few potatoes, some onion, and even some salt and pepper to season the stone soup. And as the soup simmered slowly over the fire, something wonderful began to happen. The villagers began to relax and talk, sharing songs and stories and jokes. When the soup was finally done, the old man coals, and they shared a delicious meal together. There was more than enough for everyone to eat their fill. Afterwards, they all declared that it had been the best meal anyone could remember having. The mayor pulled the old man aside and asked if he would sell the magic stone for a large amount of money, but the old man said no. So, the next morning, the old man got up, packed his bags, and was on his way. Outside of the village, he ran into a group of children playing. He called the youngest over and gave him the stone. The old man said it was not the stone that had performed the magic. It was all of us coming together. Well, that was a great story, my friends. Thank you for sharing it with me. Well, that comes to the end of our story time. I'll miss all you guys. But before I say goodbye, let's sing our goodbye song. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to our